that really important game coming up this week, Sunday, after the draw last weekend with Manchester City. We're now 5 points off Liverpool. It's still early in the season, but we're 5 points off. Liverpool play Crystal Palace on Saturday. If they win that, before we play Newcastle, they'd be 8 points above Arsenal, right? Now, Arsenal, last couple of seasons, it hasn't been great at Newcastle. Not been a good, not been a happy hunting ground. But Newcastle, a little bit of an indifferent style, right? They won last night, 4-1 win over, was that Bradford, was it? Yeah, right. Bradford. But in the league, they've only won one game, and that was against Wolves, who were like rock bottom. They've not started the season great, but Anthony Gordon's back after the suspension. How are you guys feeling ahead of that game? That is a big game in a place that is a very tough. We find it tough there for some reason. We had a little spell where we won a couple of games there, but the last few seasons, we went there twice last year, got no change out of them whatsoever.
It was lost 2-0 in the League Cup and lost 1-0 in the league.
And in both games, right, we didn't lay a glove on them at St James's Park. We were at both of those games.
In that League Cup game at St James's Park, we looked absolutely terrible.
And in the league game as well. I remember they got the goal. I think it was Gordon across the east. Remember?
Yeah,
a great header, and then after that, they just locked it down.
Scored up there in four games.
Yeah, this is big for Arsenal, especially after the criticism of last week and handbrake being on and all that sort of stuff. Need a win, and we need a performance, Marty. Are we going to get it?
Yeah, I think we are. Do you know what?
Why? Why do you think we are?
Because your fortunes are going to change. Listen, like you said, we've got a great team. Can we damage and hurt teams? 100%. I think you're going to see a William Saliba that's a lot fitter, match fitter. Listen,
up front. Do you know what? Because it's about scoring goals, right?
It is about scoring goals. Front. And this can be a game where Gyökeres goes and does what we need him to do. Definitely. I think team selection-wise, I want to see Eze in that 10, 100%. He's for me earned that position. He's earned his right to start in that position for this game, and I think we're going to see. It's going to be a tight game. It's a tough place to go. It's a massive stadium. It's a rowdy atmosphere. It's on top, and Newcastle and their fans are going to be up for it. It's another big Super Sunday clash. And do we need to get a result? Of course, like you said, Liverpool can start edging away. It's a must-win game.
Must-win, Lee. And that's a tough place to go to. Sort of place, actually, that you go to sometimes. And if you leave it a draw, you're like, yeah, take that. But Marty's saying a must-win.
Yeah, and that's because...
Pressure.
That's because he's put himself under that pressure, and by what he done.
Is he going to approach that as a must-win? Or is it going to be, we're going to see more handbrakes and...
I don't think so.
You know what I mean?
Listen, you don't know what he's going to do. If he does it at home, he's probably going to do it away from home. I don't think, he's put himself in that position. There was an opportunity last week to get the win and then go to Newcastle thinking, well, if you get a draw, it ain't the end of the world. But I think a lot depends on what happens on Saturday with the Liverpool game. I don't think you can afford to go 8 points behind Liverpool at this stage or any stage. You know what I mean? 8 points is nearly 3 games, and you've got to rely on other teams. And at this moment in time, you're still relying on other teams to a certain degree, but they've got some tough places to go to, and they will drop a few points, but so will Arsenal. The way Arsenal play, I'm afraid that he will do. I'm so disappointed about what happened last Sunday. So disappointed, you know what I mean? And
it still hurts you.
Yeah, I look back. I've listened to what Mikel's got to say, you know what I mean, in his press conferences and all that, and I just wish he hadn't said nothing.
What he was
I don't know what we was going up to it yesterday and going, is he the pressure starting to take its toll on him? I don't know. But I look at that game, and I'd love to be able to ask the question in the press. I've watched Man City against Man United and Tottenham live, and I see the highlights of the Brighton game. So I can't go too much on the Brighton game, but the other 2 games. I watched those 2 games, and I didn't turn around and go, we've got to defend against them next week. We've got to beat them. I never see that. I looked at it and thought, You know, they're nowhere near at the level that they were 2 or 3 years ago. He's put a little bit of pressure now going on to the Newcastle game.
I'll tell you where the pressure's going to be, right, is his team selection.
Yeah.
That team selection, right? The Start of the 11 show is going to be hyped because that team selection, everybody's going to be watching that.
Well,
surely you can't pick Marino back in that midfield with Rice and Zubimendi.
Why?
No, I can't. I can't. After that,
Why?
After that performance against City.
Why?
Yeah.
Well, why? Because at the end of it, look, right.
Why? Because you said it last week. It don't work.
When you look at the stat, 11 games only at 1-1. Does he, Rob? He doesn't see that.
If
he sees it completely different to me. He sees domination. He said it's the best they've ever played. I don't know.
Right.
He turns around and says domination. It's 1-1. We score in the last minute. If you total domination, like it's a proud thing, we totally dominated Man City, but you didn't beat them.
Listen, if someone's got, they've got all these analysts. I see them a lot of times at games with their iPads and that, right? So one of them comes and sits in front of him.
Someone needs to turn the plug off.
And says to him, listen, Mikel, here's the stats around when we play this. He's just got to take one look at that and know that you don't do that again.
Yeah, but he has done it time and time again.
Yeah, but he's got to stop, right? He cannot. To me, on Sunday, I want to see either Eze or Ethan Nwaneri in that 10 if Odegaard ain't fit. As a matter of fact, if Odegaard's fit, this is the type of game he's good in because with his pressing and stuff like that, he's very good. But if not, and I'm a bit fearful that he may thinking to put Marino in there because the thing is, right, what do Newcastle's midfield have?
Well, that's my problem.
They're very physical.
Exactly.
They're not an ultra-creative midfield, even though Bruno Guimaraes can be quite creative, but they're very physical, good on the ball midfield. Tonali, Joe Linton.
And Joe Linton come back. I thought he was going to be injured for this game.
He came back last night. Joe
night.
Linton, Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes. Physical midfield, all action, don't give you no time, very on you. You know what I mean? Can't have Marino in there for that. All right, he might look on it and think,
well, I think you can.
Do I want to have Ethan Nwaneri in there, a youngster with those physical players? But to me, he's got to be a bit braver this week. It's either Ethan Nwaneri or Eze plays there, right? Have to, honestly, we can't go there with Mikel Marino. And I'm not singling out Marino because, I just don't think he works in that free in midfield if you've got Rice. And then because we just have no creativity. And we're going to need a bit of creativity to get the ball out wide, get the ball, little through balls in behind. That's how we're going to, And Newcastle as well, they're not at their best at the moment, as I said.
Well, they're struggling to score goals. But I look at it and I fear that he will do that because what we just said, the physicality of their midfield.
You might love that because you were talking it up last week.
That's what he wanted. He wanted
Smarty
that.
Smarty Marty was up for that last week.
He made the change.
Farty Marty afterwards, you know what I mean? Farty Marty afterwards. No, you...
What are you saying? Actually, I want to hear from him.
Yeah, he wanted it at home, so why don't he want it away?
Okay, but my problem with the team selection on Sunday, listen, I understood the Marino selection, which he changed at half-time. What I didn't understand was the Mascara, the Saliba for Mascara, because anyone that watched that game and watches William Saliba...
just go and get the goalposts and move them with your
I'm not moving the goal. I've said this numerous times. I've said this numerous times, okay? William Saliba was not 100% match fit.
All right, you just said he's fitter now.
Yeah.
So that debate...
So that debate's
closed. Now, what about the
not playing Eze for starting Trossard?
Right, so the midfield debate, right? Well, I want to hear from you, your midfield.
What, for this game on Sunday?
Forget about the left-hand side.
This game on Sunday?
Yeah.
Zubimendi, Rice and Eze.
Right, so why wasn't that then at the game against Manchester City at home?
Players need a chance. And listen, personally, Mikel Marino... Of course they need a chance. Mikel Marino, after that performance against City, he had his chance. He had another chance and it didn't work. And now it needs to be changed. Listen, that's fair enough. That's fair enough, isn't it? Players need chances. And Mikel Marino in that first half showed last night he'd done a job for us against Port Vale. He'd done the job we needed to. But has he earned his right to start against Newcastle on Sunday? No, he hasn't. Because after his performance against City... And probably a game before that, I believe that Eze has earned his right to start in that position. That's what football's about. You need to earn your right to play in these positions.
Give us your front three.
Front three, Gyökeres up front, Saka on the right, and then start with Martinelli. And then, listen, you can always bring Trossard on if you need to. You can always bring Wannieri on. Is that fair enough?
I'm happy with that. If that comes out on Sunday, Marino's in that.
No, I don't think he will.
I think he will. I think he'll play that free, but I think he'll change it and play Eze out wide. I think that's what he'll do.
I can't play Marino.
Why? Why can you not play Marino when he's played it at home? You're going away from home now. It's more sensible to play it away from home than at home.
It ain't worked. He played it at Liverpool, lost. Played it at home, we drew. Right? We want to win that game. If we're saying
we won in Bilbao, where which is away from home.
A different.
But he doesn't see it that.
Bilbao.
No one said about it.
The only reason with the Bilbao one, I was sort of saying, actually, I don't mind it, right? It's because he's Spanish. He would have been used to playing at Bilbao, all that sort of stuff, more than Wannieri. But for this game, especially after last week, come on,
I'm getting on my hands.
Be a bit braver. Be a bit braver now and say, right, I'm going to put my flair guy in. If that ain't working, then bring Marino and make it solid.
I am getting on my hands and knees after this show, right? I'm praying that Odegaard's fit, right? Because it's either Odegaard or Marino.
And if Odegaard plays, then I want to see Eze on the left then.
Do you really not think that he's not going to put Eze in the 10 on Sunday? Do you really not think?
What? Yeah. Because when you're at home against Man City, who have got not as a physical midfield, like their midfield was Rodri, Bernard Silva, and Foden. No, not Foden. No, Foden played out the wide. Then who was he brought in? Reinders, right? Nowhere near as physical as what you're playing on Sunday. Nowhere near at that physical, but you chose to do it against them. So what? All of a sudden, let's take away our physicality.
Even with Marino, is he ultra physical? I just had a thought. Maybe it won't be Marino. Maybe it will be Norgard. Zubimendi, Rice, Norgard. It might be that. Really defensive.
Well, it could be. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, my days. Yeah, I just thought of that.
Your face. It's a picture. He's speechless.
All three of us now. We need to pray that Odegaard's fit, you know what I mean? Because nothing against Norgard as well. I ain't got a problem. I ain't got a problem with playing Norgard and say Norgard and Rice protecting that, and then playing a Wannieri or an Eze or in there, I ain't got a problem if he plays Marino and Rice, Marino or Zubimendi. If you can't leave Rice out, I don't know what he's going to do.
Marty, what's your prediction?
2-1. 2-1 Arsenal.
That means the way he said that and all the thing is not.
Go on.
You're not feeling it, are you?
I'm feeling it.
You're not convinced.
I'm definitely
that
feeling it. That
wasn't a very convincing.
No, do you know what? I was going to go 2-0. If I'm honest with you, I was going to go 2-0. I know. Listen, I believe in this Arsenal side. I genuinely believe we can go and do a job. We're not going to keep going there and losing for years. We've got a very good Arsenal side. It's like you guys say, it's the team selection. It's a team selection. Eze has to play in that 10. Rice, Zubimendi, that midfield, I think reads itself. The front three, I can see them. I can see us going there and getting a result. I really can.
It's the judge.
No, I fear it.
What's your prediction?
I fear it because the atmosphere at the Liverpool game. If it weren't for that sending off, they would have beaten Liverpool that day. And I think we're the best we can hope for is a 1-1.
Right. I actually think we're going to win this game.
Come on.
I'm going 1-0. I don't think it's going to be I think it's going to be a tight game. But I think Arsenal. I remember we played Liverpool that first half. Despite everyone saying I thought we controlled the game. I think we get a lot of control in the game again, and I just think Newcastle have not been as good as they are last season. They are missing Isak. Right? I don't think there's been as good. I think it's going to be a game where there's going to be loads of chances in that game. That's how it is when it's Newcastle. But I fancy Victor Gyökeres on Sunday.
I fancy Eze as well.
I fancy him. I think as well, Gyökeres will like this physical sort of battle. I'm going 1-0 Arsenal. 1-0. I'd love to hear from you guys.